Well, first of all, once again, I'm just so overwhelmed of how good God continues to be to me. It's unbelievable. And then what I'd like to do before I even got started on my 5 minutes is to thank Ellen. I got to put this down for a minute. And let's give Ellen more. You guys just don't know what she went through and what I put her through. I'm not going to be long, but just to expound just a little bit on milestones versus journey. Milestones are what we're here to celebrate today, but journey is the true treasure. And as I look out there, and especially all those hands that went up for those that supported me, you are my treasure. You are part of that journey that we went on together, all of us. And it was when we were little kings, and you are my treasure. And when I think about it, I could no way get up here for 5 minutes and say all these things about myself without telling you the 5 things that run true for running that are also true for life, that I learned in my life from people who were important in life and who love me, and I make no mistake about it. I'm up here because somebody loved me. And one of the things that come to my mind is that the highest form of human existence is gratitude and service. And I was blessed to have the greatest mother and father that any human being born of man and woman have ever had. And that's my father, Clifton West II, I'm the third, who I would say he would be proud today because he went on home 20 years ago, but he is proud today. And my blessed mother, who is here, Irene, will you please stand up, Mom? Then very quickly, the second, when I think about it, is also that running is an exercise of self-discovery and self-development. And when I think about that development that we reach inside to get, that's so important. But it's also important for us to recognize that we have to discover some things for ourselves. And I would just like my church groups just raise their hand because they are part of my faith and part of that which nourishes me on a day-to-day basis. Just raise your hand. Pastor Sadler is in the house. He's my pastor. God bless you, Pastor. And the third has to do with my track group and my track friends, which are the lion's share probably was here today. And the thing that reminds me of is, those of you who run know, you have to suffer. It's self-inflicted suffering. It's a glorious pain, but it's suffering nevertheless, right? But one must suffer in order to be beautiful. One must suffer in order to be beautiful. And I see so many stories out there. I look at Eddie Hart, the gold medalist, Paul Wallace, who handed off the baton to me all throughout Europe, Bill Carr, Coach Beta, who he gave me a workout one day Coach Beta gave me a workout one day that kept me in shape for the rest of my life. But I would be remiss. That's all right, that's all right. And there's so many. Irv Hunt out there, we stand on the shoulders of so many that came before us, that made sure that everybody had a foothold in this beautiful sport of ours, of all colors, of all gender. I salute you. But I would be remiss if I didn't go to the grand architect of this thing, of why I'm sitting up here as an athlete, and that is my high school coach. He wasn't my first high school coach because Coach Davis was amazing in his own right. But my watershed moment that changed my life forever is Bill Mahan. Bill, would you stand, please? Please stand up. Stand up. There it is. You are beautiful, and one must suffer to be beautiful. So thank you for making me suffer. The other thing is the other two, and I'm almost done. I live in Lodi. And another tenet is that humility really does afford us the room to grow. And these people really move me. They come all the way from Lodi. And they move me, and their love for me humbles me. Would my Lodi group just stand up real quick? Just raise your hand, stand up. Okay, there you go. Thank you, thank you. Now, Eddie, I just want you to know, Isaac Curtis was on the relay team, that won the 4x1 in the, before Isaac was handing off to you, in junior high school, he was handing off to a gentleman named Steve Tiffin in Santa Ana in the 7th and 9th grade. Steve, raise your hand. There he is. The great Steve Tiffin. Okay, I see so many faces out there. Joe Silva, and just one of the greatest sprint coaches America has ever produced. Joe Silva. Joe, you're a Hall of Famer in my book, buddy. And then last but not least are those community people. People like Terrell Clark, Nita Clark, like Bobby Jackson, Chris Ford, so many. I won't go through names because I'll miss somebody. But the tenet here that applies is love never disappears. I've known these young men and women since 1958. And we love each other, and our love has sustained each other for all these years, in and out of track and everything that we've gone through in life. And to sit here after all these years of living and to be honored by them coming here is very special to me. It's love, and I'm so thankful that love never disappears. Thank you all.